Okay, this one involves what's called compound inequalities, which involve and or. So and is like overlap, and is this one right here. Okay, and the key, and this is using what's called intersection. The symbol in set notation looks like that, and then the word intersection. So what does this mean? This means that the numbers can be written as you see how you have it as x is greater than 3 and at the same time less than 7? You can write it like this. Okay, and what does that mean? That means basically I put a 3 here and a 7 here, and I put a tick mark and a solid and a solid. Now, as interval notation of this would be bracket 3 comma 7 and another bracket. Why brackets? Because they're inclusive. If I had it as 3 is less than x is less than 7, then it would be open 3 comma 7, and that's open. All right. This one's or. This is basically what they call union. And the symbol looks like this. And the graph is that right there. Okay. Just like you see it. If it says x is less than -2 or x is greater than or equal to 1. How this looks on a number line: -2 here, 1 there, open, go that way because the arrow points, solid, go that way because the arrow points. In interval notation, you would have it as this: negative infinity to -2 inclusive with a union bracket. I'm sorry, no, that's going to be parentheses, bracket 1 comma infinity. I'll talk more about that in class or as the lesson progresses. If you look at this one, it says write each inequality represents the phrase graph the solution. So all real numbers that are greater than -2 and at the same time, keyword and at the same time. So x is greater than -2 and at the same time less than 6. I can rewrite this as this: -2 is less than x is less than 6. How does this look? Okay, this is and, so we got a -2 here and a 6 here, and we got open, open, and you go this way. Interval notation, it would look like this. Okay, on this one, all real numbers that are less, excuse me, all real numbers that are less than 0, so x is less than 0, or greater than or equal to 5. This one is just like you see it. Boom. Put a tick at 0, open circle, go that way. Put a tick at 5, solid circle, go that way. In interval notation, this would be negative infinity, comma 0, union with bracket 5, comma infinity. That says the same thing as the graph. Okay? You have a got it. Why don't you pause the video and go ahead and do the got it. Okay. Okay, the next one. This one is kind of neat because you can actually solve at the same time. See how it says -3 is, see how it says -3 is less than or equal to m, -4 is less than -1. You can actually do it at the same time. I'm going to add 4, so now I have 1 is less than or equal to m is less than or equal to 3. And the graph of this, 1 here, 3 here, open, closed, and in between. You have a got it. Give that got it a shot. To earn a B in your algebra course, you must achieve an unrounded test average between 84 and 86 inclusive. You scored 85, 86, and 80 on the first 3 tests of the grading period. What possible scores can you earn on the 4th and final test to earn a B in the course? This one's actually a pretty complicated problem, but you do have to think of this. Couple things. This is your average between 84 and 86. So that's my bookends. 84 here, I'm going to go like that, and 86 right here, and I'm going to go like that. So my problem is being built in between there. Now, if you think about it, you scored first test, second test, third test. You got a fourth test, so this is going to be something divided by 4 because that's how you find the average. So what you have is an 86 plus 85 plus 80 plus x, and it's divided by 4. So when you do that, you actually have to do some quick math here. So 86 plus 85 plus 80, that is 251. So now you have 84 is less than or equal to 251 plus x divided by 4 is less than or equal to 86. Now, how do we solve this problem? We are going to multiply both sides by 4. Actually, all three sides by 4. And so what happens is that that denominator goes away, and now you get 336 is less than or equal to 251 plus x is less than or equal to 344, I believe. And then we're going to subtract 251 from all three sides. So subtract 251, subtract 251, subtract 251, and then you get 85 is less than or equal to x is less than or equal to 93. So if you score between an 85 and a 93, you will get that grade you want in that class. You have a guide. Pause the video and do it. All right. This one's involving or, so this literally 3t plus 2 is less than negative 7, or negative 4t plus 5 is less than 1. Just solve two problems. Minus 2 minus 2. You get 3t is less than negative 9. Divide by 3. T is less than negative 3. Or subtract 5, you get negative 4t is less than negative 4. Divide by negative 4. But you got to switch the sign, or t is greater than 1. Now the graph of this, negative 3, open circle going that way, positive 1, open circle going that way. Okay? Here you can kind of see, we talked a little bit about it. This kind of sums up everything that we need to talk about. I will do one more. Okay, now for this one, what is the graph of that? Okay, this is basically saying that, all right, the bracket negative 4 means it's inclusive. The parentheses means it's 6 open. Boom, there you go. How do you write that as an inequality? Well, you can write it as negative 4 is less than or equal to x is less than 6. Or you can write it as x is greater than or equal to negative 4 and x is less than 6. Looking at the next one, this is an or situation. So this guy, you have negative 1 solid right there going that way. You have a 2 open circle going to the right. Now, how do you write this in interval notation? This is pretty tricky, but how you write this is, all right, parentheses, negative infinity, comma, negative 1, and a brace with the union symbol, which we'll talk about that later on, but I just want to kind of talk about it now. Or you can write or, either way, and then you're going to go, okay, and then this one would be 2 as a parentheses all the way to infinity. All right, so you have a, got it. Pause the video, and I'll see you in class, and may the force be with you.